Hi. In today's session, we are going to understand about greetings and introduction. Why greeting matters. As we know that it is said that the first impression is the best impression, and therefore greetings create the first impression. Greeting creates the first impression, which is powerful. It also sets a tone for communication. So if your greeting is really nice and impressive, it is good for a communication to go further. And it also creates trust. So the person who is listening to you, when he feels comfortable with your greetings, he kind of likes it and he feels that trust that needs to be developed in a communication. And therefore, greetings matter a lot. In same way, the introduction also matters a lot. Now let us understand some common greetings. First is the formal one, like good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So these are said when you're having a communication in a professional manner. That time, good morning, good evening is used. In neutral, whether it's not professional, but it's a little bit friendly also. And it's a little bit professional also. Something that sort of, that time you can say hi and hello. When it's very casual, like when you're with your friends, that time you can say, hey, what's up? This kind of greeting. Please make sure that never use hey when you're having a formal communication. It is not at all professional. Got it? Now, next is what time of the day you should use your greetings. So, in the morning, you should say good morning. In the afternoon, you should say good afternoon. In the evening, you should say good evening. And at night, obviously, you should say good night. Now, there are some polite responses also. For example, hi, how are you? So, if someone says, hi, how are you? Your answer should be, I'm fine, thank you. And you? Make sure that you always say thank you or say thank you for asking because that person has asked you about your health and how you're feeling. So it's very important that you say, I'm fine, thank you for asking, and also ask about how they are feeling. So, and you, or how are you feeling? And when you're closing your conversation, always say, nice to meet you. Or even if you're saying, if you say, hi, how are you? After that, also, you can say, it's really good to meet you or nice meeting you. So, and when someone says the same thing to you, like, nice to meet you, then even you should say, nice to meet you too. So, this is how a polite responses are created, and this is how you speak to people. Now, if you want to introduce yourself, how are you going to introduce yourself? So let us understand with some example. Okay. So for example, good morning. I am Neeta. I work as an IT manager. Okay. So you should say, first you should use a greeting, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. So yeah, good morning. I'm Neeta. I work as an IT manager. Okay. So you should say your name and the role or the designation you're working as. Okay. Or again, you can also say the place that you're based in. For example, hi, my name is Priya Singh. I'm from Mumbai. So if you don't want to say your designation or your role, you can say the place where you are from and you can introduce yourself. So please keep in mind that you use a greeting first, then you say your name and your designation. Got it? How do you introduce others? Okay. So for example, you are introducing your colleague or your friend or your close companion with whom you work to your client or to your manager or anyone. So you can say it like, hi, this is my colleague, Mr. Arjun Mehta, or this is my colleague, Mrs. Anjali Mehta. Okay. Or you can first ask for their permission. May I introduce my friend or may I introduce my colleague Ananya? Okay. So you should have that politeness to first ask for the permission. And if they have given you the permission, you can say, this is my colleague, Mr. Arjun Mehta or Mrs. Ananya Singh. Okay. And if you want to meet your clients or the person sitting next to you, or against the table, if you want to meet their managers or their colleagues, then you can even say, so since you have met my colleagues, I would like to meet your colleagues or your managers also. So may I? This is how you introduce yourself and you ask permission for for the client to introduce their team as well. Now there are some formal and informal introductions. Okay, so let's understand formal. Formal is where you are in a professional relationship with someone. So first is, good afternoon. My name is Aditi Menon and I'm pleased to meet you. Okay, so this is formal one, where you're meeting your client or where you're meeting some stranger for the first time. That time you have to say it like, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're meeting. My name is Aditi Menon. I'm pleased to meet you. And when it's informal, a little bit friendly, then you can say, hey, hi, I'm Raj. Nice to meet you. Okay. So a little bit informal. So that time you can say hi, hello, or you can say hey. But when it's formal, that time strictly have some say good afternoon, good evening, good morning. So these are some formal and informal introduction. Now let us form some mini dialogue. Okay. When you're in a formal relationship or when you're having a formal introduction with someone, it is important to give a mini dialogue. First is, good morning. My name is Neha Varma. Okay. So this is you're introducing yourself. Now, I'm Neha. Okay. And I'm playing the role of two people. So good morning. My name is Neha Varma. In response to Neha, I will say, good morning, Neha. I'm Amit Khanna. Nice to meet you. Okay. So what did I say? I'm Amit Khanna. Good morning. I'm Amit Khanna. Nice to meet you. So in response to that, Neha will say, "Nice to meet you too, Amit." So this is how you form a formal dialogue. Now let us have mini dialogue in a casual way. Okay, so when you're meeting your friends or you're meeting your colleagues who are like your friends only, so that time how you should speak. So, hi, my name is Sandeep. What's your name? Hello, my name is Meena. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Meena. Okay, so this is something like casual. Okay, so now let us practice in pairs. Okay, so task in pairs, practice introducing yourself. So always greet politely, like we just understood or we just learned previously. Good morning, my name is Neha and I'm an IT manager. Nice to meet you. So, this is something you say politely and always have a smile on your face and greet politely. Okay, let's try once again. Good morning. My name is Neha Singh. I work as an IT manager and I live in Mumbai. Okay, so this is how you introduce yourself and you greet. Now, there could be some mistakes that you need to avoid. First is myself. Myself Ramesh, myself Neha, myself Meena, whatever. Never use myself. Okay. Myself is a wrong pronunciation. It is a wrong usage in a formal sentence. So instead of myself, you have to say, I'm Meena, I'm Neha, I'm Arjun. Okay, and forgetting to respond to nice to meet you. So most of the time, it is people, whenever someone says nice to meet you, we just smile or we just nod our head. Even I used to do it once upon a time. But now, if someone says nice to meet you, I always say in response, nice to meet you too. Okay, so please keep it a habit. If somebody says nice to meet you, say nice to meet you too. Okay, and being too casual in formal settings. So, like I said previously, also never say hey. Okay, in formal setting, you say good morning or you say hi, hello. Never say hey. It is never it. It's not a polite or it's not a professional way. So always say good morning instead of hey. Okay. So these are some common mistakes you need to avoid in a professional communication. Yes. So review and some key phrases. Okay. So I'll just show you all a demo. Good morning or hi, hello. Okay. Good morning. I am Priya. This is Arjun. Nice to meet you. How are you? Okay, so either have first you should say how are you and then nice to meet you. So let's have it again. Good morning. My name is Priya. This is Arjun. How are you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. And it was really nice to meet you. So this is how you have a formal introduction, or this is how you introduce yourself and even your colleague. So I believe that by now you must have understood what a formal communication is, how you introduce yourself, and how you greet yourself. Because the way you greet yourself, like I said in the introduction also, or at the beginning also, the way you greet yourself sets the tone for communication. It builds interest in the person, whether to take the communication forward or not. Okay, so the client or the stranger whom you're meeting will decide, basis on your introduction, whether they should be taking the communication forward, they should be taking your business or your conversation forward or not. Got it? Now it's time for summary. Greetings create first impression. Like I said, first impression is the best impression. So have a good greeting, like good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever, whichever time of the day you're meeting, and then say, hi, good morning. My name is Priya. I work as an IT engineer and I'm from Mumbai. Okay, so this is something you should tell about yourself and always respond politely. So if someone says nice to meet you, you should say nice to meet you too. Or if someone says how are you, you should say I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. Hope you are also fine. Okay? And make sure that you use formal whenever you're having a professional meeting, whenever you're meeting someone in a professional way, speak to them in a formal. If you're meeting your friend, then speak to them casually. Okay? And also, a simple hello could lead to million of things. So make sure that you follow all these points. So that was it for today's session. I hope you all liked it, and I hope that you all will use whatever I said in your everyday communication and create wonders and create the first impression that is the best impression.